I told my family that they were getting books for Christmas this year, and I was not kidding. So it comes as a shock to no one who has seen this room that I love reading and I love books. I'm an English teacher, so I really enjoy books, and I give a lot of books a chance just anyway. And that love of reading comes, I mean, honestly, from my upbringing as a child. When I was young, I remember my parents reading all the time. My sister's not really a reader, but she has read a couple things and really enjoyed them. And my husband reads. Stephen reads when he can. He doesn't have a lot of time to read because he really likes to get involved in the reading. But when he has picked up books, he's enjoyed them. Now, when I say I got everyone books for Christmas, I know that this is going to be successful for at least 50% of the people who are getting books from me. And I'm pretty confident in their ability to appreciate it. I'm not very confident that my sister is going to like that I got her a book, but I don't care. You're getting it anyway. And maybe when she sees what it is, she'll want to read it. We'll see. I think it's a good book, but it is what it is. Let me explain to you really quick, though, why I got the books I did and kind of what I know about the reading taste of different family members. And I think we should start with the most difficult one, and that is my dad. So my dad, Marshall Taylor, always read books during the summer. I remember him reading books. We went on vacation, and they were these very, oh gosh, I wish I had one I could show you, like pulp action novels where like there was like noir stuff happening and mysteries and spies, and there might be like a busty woman on the cover, but usually it was a masculine man with a gun, and little like mass market paperbacks of these novels. Mom told me he was apparently a part of like a book of the month club. He's been in book clubs before, which is news to me. But he also had plenty of books in this house. I lived in my grandma's house, and in his old bedroom there were a bunch of old classic novels like Call of the Wild and Wizard of Oz and Swiss Family Robinson, and there were Mad magazines. So, you know, reading counts even when it's something a little bit more pulpy, right? So finding something for him was interesting because I don't really have access to the things he has read. It's somewhere in my mom's house, probably locked in a closet or in a box. And so without having the ability to see what he's read in the past and know specifically what he's interested in, it was hard to figure out what to get him. But I knew, you know, he likes motorcycles and he likes history and he really likes this area. I mean, we're all from Edgecombe County. We've been here our entire lives. Like, he's really into that. So that sort of factored into what I chose to get him. Now, bear with me here. His are the only books that aren't wrapped yet. I forgot I was going to film this video, full disclosure, and everybody else is kind of slightly wrapped, but his aren't. So the very first thing I got him was a Harley Davidson trivia book. It's just facts and questions about Harley Davidson. He has a Harley. He actually has a Harley and a Vulcan. He has two. But he drives a Harley. And he's always really liked Harley, so like Harley and Honda, I think. And so this is going to be really interesting for him. This is going to be something he just kind of reads casually and keep it in the bathroom or like on his coffee table, just something to pick up and flip through. The second thing I got him was Legendary Locals, Edgecombe and Nash County, because that's where we're from, written by a local author. And funny enough, it is signed. I flipped through it today and saw it was signed by Monica Fleming, but it's to Jerry, so I'm going to put that on his tag because I think that's hilarious. But it's just got a bunch of different famous folks from this area over the last however many years or so. So I think he'll find that interesting because he knows a lot of those people anyway, or has at least heard of them. And the last thing I got him is completely different than his like action mystery thriller books anyway, and it is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I've never read this, and he might not like it and read it, but I got it for him anyway. Yeah, those are his 3 books that I got for him. I'm going to put those in a nice little gift box, and he can open those up. And now we're going to talk to the next most difficult person to buy books for, and that is my sister. I don't think there's ever been a time in my sister Rebecca's life where she has claimed to be a reader. Becca has never really been interested in the long-form enjoyment of media that is reading. You have to sit and be interested in what you're doing to read. She would probably enjoy audiobooks if she'd get into them, but I don't think she will. She has read the Twilight series, and I believe she has read the Hunger Games series. I do know that she read Their Eyes Were Watching God when she was in high school because I remember her telling me about it, and I didn't read it in high school, so I was confused. And I think there's been some other things in the past she's picked up and enjoyed. but she just doesn't go for books. Now, she will watch movies. And coincidentally, that is what her book is. It is a movie cover version of a book that has been turned into a movie that we both enjoyed. And that is Where the Heart Is. You see how it's wrapped? But it has Natalie Portman, Where the Heart Is. And we used to watch this movie all the time. All the time. It was just, if it was on at all on a channel, we were watching it. We love Where the Heart Is. It's a really interesting drama about a young woman who is left 9 months pregnant in a Walmart by her shitty boyfriend, and just sort of her coming of age after she has this baby in this small town, and how she kind of figures out who she is with all these other people. And it's a really cute little love story. But we really enjoyed that movie, and since the book is also good, I know, I've read it, I really loved it, I think she'll like this. Or maybe she'll at least give it a shot, because since she knows the plot, she can kind of focus on that. But she is the hard one, so that's her only book, because otherwise, I don't know. The next easiest person to shop for is definitely my mom, so let's go ahead and see what she's reading. So if you were to draw a line from my love of reading and where it came from, it was probably anchored in my mom. My mom and dad really made sure that I was read to a lot when I was young, and that I had access to books. I had a bookshelf growing up with kids' books, and they sort of got older as I did. There's never been a time in my life where I did not have a bookshelf full of my own books in my house. And you can tell all that came from my mom. She also would get books when she could. And now, when I was younger, I remember her reading more fiction. But as she's gotten older, she reads devotional books. She reads memoirs and biographies. And she really likes the classics. My mom's two favorite children's books are Heidi and The Secret Garden. And she's like me, where I have multiple copies of my favorites. You know, she has multiple copies of her favorites. And she likes to flip through and smell books, especially old books. And she looks for old and interesting covers of her favorites. So that factors in a little bit on what I end up buying for her. Last year, I believe I got her the Sally Field autobiography, and she loved it. She read it in like 2 days. So this year, I did a little bit of both options. So the first thing I did was I have this edition of The Secret Garden. It's a hardcover that I had in my house that I'm not going to keep because I have an edition of Secret Garden already. So this is going to her just as a different edition. And then I got this for her. It is Diana in her own words. It is a biography about Princess Diana. She did specify that she would get a biography about Diana she would be interested in reading. So she's going to get this. This is brand new. And maybe she'll take longer to read it this time. This one's going to be hard to unwrap. But it is like a special illustrated edition of The Secret Garden. I'm trying to be delicate about it. I don't want to unwrap it if I can. Okay, that'll work. But see, it's The Secret Garden. It has like 3D illustrations and pop-outs and cutouts in it. And I think that was fascinating. But like Target did a sale on books where they did like 2 for the price of, or 3 for the price of 2 or whatever. And so I was able to get like all her books at one time, which was really nice. But I think she's going to like that. Obviously, she's read The Secret Garden, so she's not learning anything new from that one. But this will be something new she can read, and she can put those secret gardens with her collection. So now we're going to talk about the very last person that I buy books for, and that is my husband, Stephen. My husband, Stephen, is a big old nerd. He is a big nerd. I have seen him read Stephen King books. He finished Insomnia in like a day because he read it like all in one sitting. He's read the Ender's Game series, which is something I haven't even done. So he will read when he has time to, when he has the focus to do it. His ADHD is not really kind to him reading things. So again, he would probably like audiobooks as well. But I did have in my notes on my phone, thank God sometimes I listen and write things down because I'm not going to remember it, 2 books that I could get for him, and then he mentioned in passing another one, and I got all 3 of them because, again, I'm going to get the readers in my life the books they would read. So, the first thing I got for him, also in that Target sale, thank you Target, is The Spirit of Music and The Music Lesson. These are 2 books written by Victor Wooten. If you are not a music person, you probably don't know that name, but Victor Wooten is a very famous bass player. He is one of my husband's heroes in the art of playing bass. And he's written 2 books about sort of the power that music has to be transformative and to reach people. So I got them both because I figure, you know, if you finish one too quickly, you got another one. And because these are really heavy, serious books that are actually really gorgeous, these covers are really nice. I got him something a little bit sillier, but he has asked for this, so I feel pretty confident that he's going to like it. It is a Star Trek technical manual. It is specifically for next gen, for that version of the Enterprise. And if you don't know cars, this is like how you would work on the Enterprise and like what's connected to what and what parts you need. And it's fascinatingly nerdy. It tells you like how much space there are in certain rooms and what is connected to what, like all the different rooms here and like how long things are. So he's really going to like that, I think. And if nothing else, he can put it with his Star Trek like memorabilia he has on a shelf in his room. And it'll kind of look really nice up there. But I'm really excited for them to get those. I'm hoping I can get them all to open their books at one time. Everybody can be excited about it. Well, you know, the people who read can be excited about it. And I'm excited because, I mean, I ask for books every year. And I get books every year. But I don't get to, like, find books that I think people will like all the time, you know, besides Gina. I'm really good at finding books for Gina. Because when people read, it's easy to shop for them. So these guys made it a challenge, but I think this year I managed it well, and I'm really excited to get everybody their books, and hopefully they liked them, because by the time you see this, they will have gotten them. I won't post this till after Christmas. But anyway, that is what I bought my family as far as books for Christmas. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And I got to rewrap everything now. That was smart. That was smart. Fun fact, I actually don't want to put name tags on these boxes because I think they're really pretty. Like Dollar General popped off. This is like a holographic snowflake box. This is what my mom's books are in because it's so pretty and it's huge enough for that heavy book. This is my husband's box, and I know it because it's kind of like galvanized metal, and he works with like cars that in my brain makes sense. And then my dad has a red Silverado truck, so his goes in here. And my sister is the one that says, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Becca.